Yo, what's up? I'm Nick and welcome to Psych Revolution. So this is literally my first video, and I'm not going to waste your time with some boring introduction. Instead, I'm going to tell you something that might actually change how you think about your entire life. Most people are living a lie without even knowing it. And I'm not being dramatic, that's actually true. We walk around thinking we're broken, thinking there's something wrong with us, thinking we're just not good enough, and honestly, we have no idea why we believe that. We just do. So let me tell you my story real quick because I promise it connects to why you should care about what I'm about to tell you. I was that guy, right? I had a decent job, decent apartment, decent friends, everything looked fine on the outside. But on the inside, I was a mess. I'd wake up with this knot in my stomach. My heart would race for no reason. I couldn't focus at work. I'd start projects and never finish them. I wanted to talk to people, but I'd chicken out. I wanted to do important stuff, but I'd end up scrolling on my phone for 3 hours instead. And every time I'd do that, I'd hate myself for it. Like, I'd literally sit there and judge myself. Why am I so lazy? Why am I so weak? Why can't I just do what I'm supposed to do? And here's the thing. I tried everything. I read motivational books, watched all these success videos, tried going to the gym, tried different diets, tried all of it. And some stuff worked for like a week or two, and then I'd fall back into the same patterns, and I'd blame myself again. I'd think, man, I'm just not strong enough. I'm just not disciplined enough. I'm just broken. But then something happened. I started learning about psychology, real psychology, not the motivational stuff, but actual science about how your brain works. And dude, everything changed for me when I realized something super simple but super powerful. I wasn't broken. I wasn't weak. I wasn't lazy. My brain was just working exactly the way it was designed to work, based on my experiences, my beliefs, and the patterns I kept repeating. Let me explain this because this is important. You know how, like, if you touch a hot stove, you get burned and you never touch it again? Your brain learns that. But it's not just about physical stuff. Your brain learns from everything. Your brain learns from your parents, from school, from your friends, from literally every experience you've had. And once your brain learns something, it creates automatic patterns. Your brain is basically always trying to protect you, always trying to keep you safe based on what it learned. So like, if you grew up and nobody really believed in you, your brain learned that you're not capable. If you failed at something important, your brain learned that failure is dangerous and you should avoid trying new things. If people criticized you, your brain learned that you need to be perfect or people will reject you. And now, even though you're an adult, even though things are different, your brain is still running these old programs. You're still operating based on stuff you learned when you were like 5 years old. That's not weakness. That's not broken. That's just how the brain works. And here's the crazy part. Once you understand this, once you actually see what's happening, you can change it. You can literally reprogram your brain. So when I figured this out, everything started shifting for me. I wasn't fighting against myself anymore. I understood why I was anxious. Anxiety wasn't this random scary thing. It was my brain trying to protect me based on stuff it learned. I understood why I procrastinated. It wasn't laziness. It was fear. My brain was protecting me from failing or being judged. Once I understood that, I could actually do something about it. And dude, when I started changing my patterns, when I started understanding myself instead of judging myself, everything changed. My anxiety went down. I actually finished projects. I felt more confident. I started working better. My relationships got better. Everything improved because I finally understood how I actually work. So that's why I'm making this channel. Because I realized something while I was going through all this. I was reading books, watching videos, trying to figure it out, and most of the stuff out there is either too complicated or it doesn't actually help. Like, it just tells you to think positive or work harder or be more disciplined, and none of that actually addresses what's really going on. What's really going on is your brain, your mind, the way you think, the patterns you keep repeating, the beliefs you have about yourself. That's where the actual problem is, and that's where the actual solution is too. So this channel is about that. We're going to talk about real psychology, not the complicated textbook stuff, just the real practical understanding of how you work. Why you do the things you do, why you feel the things you feel, what's actually stopping you from becoming the person you want to be. And here's what's crazy. Once you understand this stuff, it's not that hard to change. It's not like you need to take medication or go to therapy for 10 years. You just need to understand. You need to see what's actually happening, and then you can do something about it. Like, let me give you an example real quick. A lot of people struggle with confidence, right? They walk into a room and they feel small. They want to talk to someone and they feel scared. They want to do something important and they feel like they're not capable. And they think confidence is just something you have or you don't have. Like, some people are naturally confident and some people aren't, but that's not how it works. Confidence isn't something you're born with. Confidence is something you build, and you build it through understanding yourself and through small wins. Every time you do something, even though you're scared, you're teaching your brain that you're capable. Every time you talk to someone, even though you're nervous, you're rewiring your brain. Every time you fail and you get back up, you're building resilience. That's how confidence actually works. But most people don't know that. Most people are waiting to feel confident before they do something. And that's backwards. You feel confident because you do something, not the other way around. So on this channel, we're going to break down all this stuff. We're going to talk about anxiety and how to actually deal with it. We're going to talk about procrastination and why you do it. We're going to talk about relationships and why they're such a mess sometimes. We're going to talk about success and how successful people think differently than everyone else. We're going to talk about habits and how to actually change them. We're going to talk about emotions and how to not let them control you all the time. And everything we talk about, you're going to be able to actually use, like you're not going to watch a video and then be confused about what to do. You're going to watch a video and understand something about yourself and have actual tools to change. That's my promise to you. That's what this channel is about. And look, I'm not going to pretend like this is easy. Changing your patterns, understanding yourself deeply, actually working on yourself, it takes work. It takes attention. It takes you actually caring enough to do something different. But here's what I know for sure. If you're willing to put in that work, if you're willing to actually look at yourself and understand how you work, your life can change dramatically. Not in a week, not in a month, but over time, things shift. You become different, better. I've lived that. And I've seen hundreds of other people do it too. And that's what keeps me going with this. So here's what I want you to do. If any of this resonates with you, if you feel like you've been stuck and you want to understand yourself better, then subscribe, turn on the notifications, and start watching. We're going to drop videos every week about real stuff that matters, stuff that's actually going to help you understand why you are the way you are and how to change it if you want to. And if you watch a video and it helps you, comment and let me know. Because honestly, that's what makes this worth doing. Knowing that I'm actually helping people understand themselves and improve their lives. So that's it for this first video. This is Psych Revolution. Let's do this.